Mental health, brought to you by Benicia FNL. What is mental health? What is stigma? Mental health is your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Mental health stigma is when someone views a person in a negative way because of their mental illness. People living with mental illness are called names and even blamed for their condition. This is mental health stigma. Stigma causes people to feel ashamed for something that is out of their control, something that they didn't choose, something that they're born with.
Stigma prevents kids from reaching out for help, leading to reduced self-esteem, unhealthy relationships, and discrimination at school and work. A common thought is that people with mental disorders are weaker than everyone else, and people start to blame them for that. But this isn't true. It's not their fault. Biology, living environment, and life challenges contribute to developing mental disorders and illnesses. Think about your friends and peers. 1 out of every 5 teenagers between the ages of 13 and 18 suffer from a mental disorder. Some of the most common disorders among teens are depression, anxiety, stress, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, also known as ADHD, and obsessive-compulsive disorder, also known as OCD. Stress itself is not a mental disorder, but it is closely linked to mental health problems.
Depression. Depression is a common and serious medical illness that affects how people feel, think, and act. It causes feelings of sadness and loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. This leads to a variety of different emotional and physical health problems that can decrease a person's ability to function properly. Some factors that play a role in depression are biochemistry, genetics, personality, and environmental factors, such as exposure to violence, neglect, abuse, or poverty. So how can you deal with depression? The first step is always the hardest, but try reaching out for support from people that you feel safe around and that care about you. Secondly, do the things that you love. You'll gradually feel better as you make time for activities that you enjoy. And last but not least, get moving. Exercising will help stimulate your mind and make you feel better and more energized. Anxiety. Anxiety is our body's natural response to stress and is characterized by feelings of worry or fear that can interfere with one's daily activities. Normally, it's a healthy emotion. However, when a person often feels disproportionate levels of anxiety, it can become a disorder. Anxiety disorders are the most common and pervasive mental disorders in the U.S. They include panic attacks, obsessive-compulsive disorders, and post-traumatic stress disorders.
Now let's talk about stress. There are 2 types of stress. Eustress, which is a short-term stress, is often beneficial, contrary to popular belief. It produces a positive feeling of excitement and motivates you to complete your work. On the other hand, distress is a long-term stress and can cause lots of strain. Distress affects your mental health in a negative way. So, how can you deal with distress?
The first step to improvement is to change your mindset. You must believe good things are possible for them to actually happen. Next is healthy habits. Once your body is healthy and well rested, tension is lifted and you become centered and calm. So eat a balanced diet, stay active every day, and get plenty of sleep. Don't stay on your phone until 1 a.m. Next, check in with your emotions and make sure they're in sync with how you want to feel. If they aren't, then work towards that goal. Lastly, communicate with those in your life that allow you to be open and honest about who you are. These may be family members, friends, or people you meet through school and community groups.
A popular myth is that there is no way to get better from a mental illness. In fact, treatment works for more than 8 in 10 people who get help for depression, and as many as 9 in 10 people who get help for panic attacks. It is always better to get help than sit in silence, ignoring the issue. Sitting on your problems for too long can manifest into more problems, such as anger issues, so don't be afraid to reach out for help at any time. Here are some websites and helplines you can visit if you need help.
If you feel your friend is developing a mental disorder, some dead giveaways are withdrawing from their normal social activities, self-harming actions, not eating, severe mood swings, and repeated use of drugs and alcohol. If you notice these symptoms, reach out to someone you trust. Involve others who understand the situation and can provide support, such as friends and family members, teachers and counselors, and coaches and leaders. Make sure you realize a person's mental condition doesn't define who they are, and speak up if others start spreading false information about them. Be helpful and respectful in this time of uncertainty. Some questions you might ask are, how can I best support you right now? Can I help you find a mental health services and support? Would you like me to go with you to a support meeting? The most important thing is to always be there for them.
We hope that you take the information you learned here today and apply it in the real world. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.